Okay, I'm muting the desktop. For the time being. Alright, so, I was, gonna start off, with the announcement of what we're doing, and then, promote the channel a little bit. Going, but let's see. I believe it's 50%. Oh, 2x. All right, welcome everybody to the first race of Rubbing is Racing League Season 4. Uh, this is presented by KV Motorsports, and we are just getting things going tonight. The first race is going to be at Chicagoland in the Gander Outdoors Nascar Trucks, and it should be a pretty good showdown. The format that we have tonight is going to be 50% length, 2x tire wear, relaxed flags, and AI are going to get in on the action. That usually leads to some interesting developments on the track. As we've seen in season 3, sometimes, the game just doesn't want to do what it's supposed to do, at some point. So it'll be interesting to see if the game behaves tonight or if decides to throw a fit. So, anyways, we're joined tonight by a good friend of KV Motorsports. We've got Team Duke, the one and only, uh, who is been gracious enough to join me in the broadcast booth tonight to help me call this race and provide some more insight on what might be going on in the race, that sort of thing. So, welcome, Duke.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks so much. Great to be here. It's going to be a really fun race at Chicagoland, one of the better tracks as I remember it in NASCAR Heat 5. And I always love the truck series in pretty much any game. So trucks to Chicago, sign me up. That's great.
Yeah, harking back to the Team Duke Truck Series that ran for a number of seasons, I was also part of that, and it's usually pretty good fun,
Yeah.
Just,
One
so
of our favorites for sure.
yeah, yeah. So we should be getting started here in the next several minutes. We're just waiting for the guys to get themselves organized. Should be kicking off here in the next 10 minutes, maybe less. I'm not sure. So uh, let's see. I don't see anybody uh, on the radio as far as the drivers go. So uh, we'll just keep talking. So um, I understand you've been doing some race broadcasting stuff for NR 2003.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. With Toad Warrior 75 and his racing series in NR 2003. It's called the One Up Racing Series. It's an offline league that he runs. There's a few hundred people, I think, in the server. Three series is now trucks, 2016 Xfinity cars, and of course the Gen 6 Cup cars as well that he runs there. Three series is it's free to join, free to be in, and you don't win anything. If you want to participate, contact Toad Warrior 75. But I'm in the booth there uh, more often than not, so I've been doing that, and of course we've been in the off season. The season 3 is about to start, the first season for the truck series over there as well. So lots of fun there, and now we're here in NASCAR Heat 5, getting geared up for a race to Chicagoland.
Yeah, yeah. NASCAR Heat 5 is surprisingly it's still alive.
Yeah,
After the initial debacle with the NASCAR Ignition 21 series starting off on kind of a bad foot, leaving a lot
yeah,
of bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. Some people tried to give it a chance, and you know personally myself, I gave it about 2 hours and I asked for a refund. I was like,
yeah,
yeah, this is not happening.
yeah. It didn't.
Maybe, maybe if you
Yeah,
guys get some stuff fixed, maybe I'll come back. I don't know, but
yeah. It didn't start off well. It still is not going very well for NASCAR 21 Ignition. Not leaguable. It's not possible to run a league in that game. At least not a league that to the caliber of the leagues that we run. So,
well, that's
yep,
interesting because I,
here in Heat 5, good to
yeah,
go.
I'm on different server, and they're talking about testing for possibly running ignition for next
Yeah,
season, and I'm like, I don't remember them announcing having public lobbies or private lobbies
yeah. It's
for that
it's
game.
uh it it would have to be a very specific type of league. I think that there's only really one way to do it. They did introduce the ability to create a private party, but you only can create a private party by having a public lobby that gains more than 6 people. Then you can have the option to turn it to a private lobby, though you still can't choose your race length or your track or tire wear or anything else. That's all sorted by default. So it'd be a season of races that are pretty random.
Randomized. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that
absolutely. Yeah,
That would suck having the game
yeah,
randomize all of your settings for you. It's like,
yeah,
all right, boys, here we go. Let's get more than 6 people in the lobby and roll the
yeah,
dice.
yeah. No choices. However, they just announced today that they're adding the next gen cars in that game, but only in a test session mode. So that's exciting and
Interesting.
disappointing all at once.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. We got one guy over here. We've got KSS, I think, waiting in the lobby. I had to turn it down because we're doing a pre-race thing, and it's so we'll get a word in with him and see or hear what his thoughts are coming up on this race. So let's turn him up. And hey, KSS, how you
Hey,
doing, man?
what's happening?
Oh, we're just talking about this and that and the other thing, getting ready for this big race, first race of the season, Chicagoland, and the Gander Outdoors Trucks. How you feeling about the race coming up?
I'm feeling pretty good. Better than expected.
Better
Done
than
some practice.
expected.
Done some practicing there, and think I can do pretty good there.
That's good.
Excellent,
So
excellent.
I was looking at I jumped in a lobby by myself for a second just to see how long the fuel run is. Saw it was going to be about 24 laps of fuel. I don't expect you'll have to pit in stage 1 or 2, but what do you think about that third stage? How are you going to approach that? Having to possibly make a pit stop coming to the close of this race.
Well, that's a good question. We'll have to see what happens there. I'm not sure. When I run out of fuel, I guess I'll go in and pit. I don't know any strategy for that, man. To tell you the truth, uh, I have no strategy for that. That's one of the worst things I do is have freaking bad strategy for fucking pitting. But
Yeah.
I just wait to see how many laps are left and make sure I have enough. Make sure I run enough laps where I have fuel after that one stop. Because you don't want to stop early.
Yeah.
Not getting enough fuel, that would be bad.
Yeah, so another big factor in this race is going to be the AI cars. I don't know exactly if you're going to catch up to them and have them turn into lap traffic, or if maybe they're going to be a problem racing for the lead, racing for position with them. How are you going to deal with the lap traffic in comparison to the other players in the race, and try to get a good finish out of it?
Uh, I'm not too worried about the AI as
Okay.
long as you stay out in front of them and they don't wreck you. You're doing pretty good. Coming up on lap traffic, they're pretty easy to get around for the most part. If they do get ahead of you and they start wrecking you, then they're really tough to deal with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
asked because famously in the past you have been anti AI cars, so
Yeah,
I just had to
right.
ask about
Obviously, Wreckfest, yes.
it.
This league, they aren't as bad. They can get bad though. I mean, they can bump you pretty good. You
Well, as
know.
we've seen in season three, at some point, there have been races where the live drivers have put the AI down so many laps that they decide to just protest and have a meeting in the middle of the track. All stop their cars, yelling out their window, like everybody get down here and crowd it out and wreck them out and break the game. How do you plan on approaching, if such a strike were to happen?
Well, it's happened quite a few times in the past, where they do break the game, and you know, basically what it does is it leaves one person um, in pace laps, uh, uh, unlimited pace laps, and the other guy's racing. So, we have to restart the lobby, and we have to start, a new count wherever how many laps we have left over, and go from there. I mean, that's all we can do. Kind of the game has us at its mercy. You know what I mean? It really does.
typically getting caught in infinite pace laps is not the best way to win the race.
No, no, it is not. I do feel sorry for the other guy if he's like way out ahead. We have to start over, and
Yeah.
it's that part of it kind of stinks. But I think all parties involved agree that we need to do what we need to do.
Mhm.
You know, and hopefully the other party shows up here pretty soon.
He actually was here for a minute, and I moved him up to the other channel because we were getting ready to start our pre-game stuff, and
Did you talk to him?
and yeah, I talked to him. He was like, I can't remember exactly what he said, but I was like, okay, we're starting a thing, or we got to move you up. So I don't know where he's at. Maybe send him a message or something.
Hey, I
See if we can get this going, because we're supposed to be getting here in a few minutes, and he's usually pretty early. So
Yeah, so I think this is going to be an exciting one. Chicagoland never disappoints. The AI car is going to be a huge factor in this one, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited to get this thing going.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm doing quite a bit better here than I've done in the past. I think some tweaking of my computer helped that a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Uh,
good.
I've noticed that I put a hard line into my internet, and I was never using any of the effects of my video card before. And I didn't know that because this computer came with a
Oh,
video. I figured they had it set up, and they didn't. Nothing was running
wow,
on the nothing was running on the video
that
card.
that is incredible.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like Eddie
Uh,
and I were battling it out at Daytona earlier, and
nice.
it was a good battle.
Yeah, and speaking of Eddie, I just saw him jump in the racing channel.
Oh,
One
did
of
he?
the yeah,
Great, great. I'll be back
yeah,
right over.
we'll move everybody up there here in just a second, as soon as I can get this thing to behave. There we go. Move you, and I'll move up. All
Great,
right.
great. We got Dolly and Duke here. They're going to call the race today.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, do some announcing and some practicing. They've done a pretty good job so far.
Yeah,
They've,
okay.
they've already interviewed me, and I'm like probably not the best interviewee in the world, but um,
I think it went okay. So, if
I'm sure
one
not.
of you is willing to put up a screencast for us, that would help us out tremendously. That way, we don't have to bug you guys for lap info, cautions, that sort of thing. Um,
so basically, one of us needs to record, and one of us needs to do a screencast of the race. Do you mind which one it is, Eddie?
Well, I can record it, but I can't do the
Okay,
other, I don't think.
I'll do the other one. If you can record it, then I'll do the other one.
Okay.
Do the screencast. So let me make sure that I can get in the screencast okay for them. I'm already in the game. Let me get out of where I'm at. If I go over to to where I start a lobby, well that'll be good enough place for us to read a screencast from, right? Will it follow
yeah,
me?
yeah, whatever it sees on your screen is, if you choose, your monitor rather than an app, it will follow whatever on that screen. So.
Okay, okay.
And yeah, there's tabs in the screencast thing. There's app or there's monitor. So or screen. I'm not sure what they
Okay,
call it.
so cool. Let me get back over there and stream NASCAR Heat 5 and go live. Tell me if you can see it.
Let's see
Yeah,
here. Watch stream.
is it following it?
Yep. There we
All
go.
right, cool. All right, got ready, Eddie, for qualifying Chicagoland.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool, man.
All right. Well, good luck,
All right,
gentlemen, and
thank you
we'll
very
get to it.
much.
Now, of course, Duke, you know the drills. Entering the lobby after they get on the first lap. So I'm going to be
Absolutely.
showing the screencast while we both try to get into the spectator mode.
Okay, not going to give me any tire wear on 4%. Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
it's just qualifying. You don't need it.
Um, so I need to put in for 4 people then, right?
Yeah.
Disable, no flags. Driving age, yes. Custom, yes. Damage off. Lobby is going up. Eddie, as soon as you see it, you can join it. How many laps are we going to get for 4%? 6. Okay.
Okay, I'm in.
Right on.
So while we have this minute counting down prior to the race, do you have any predictions or expectations about this race, Duke?
Well, it's going to be an interesting battle. I have a feeling it'll come down to maybe a little bit of tire management at the end. I don't know though. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I seriously think that the AI cars are going to have a major factor, whether they are being lapped cars or whether they're actually up there battling for position. I think that that's going to have a big effect on the outcome of this race. And other than that, I think it's all about who runs the bottom lane the best. That's what Chicagoland is all about in NASCAR Heat 5. So it'll be fascinating to see who's able to pull it off.
Yeah, it will definitely be a great race to watch. Especially seeing the live drivers running up front and seeing the battle there. So
Yeah. Yeah, and it's going to be a bottom feeder situation. This qualifying battle will be interesting to see who gets to start on the bottom. That'll be a big swing of things, especially if the AI are keeping up. Because if you're stuck on the outside, there's a long train of cars on the bottom if you're not able to get down and find a hole. So this whoever gets the pole here is going to be sitting pretty to start this race.
And you're coming really great. Are you ready here? Okay, great. Overlap.
So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait till the end of this qualifying session to see who sets faster lap. But they're both looking all right now. It's of course this is just the get to speed lap. A little bit of draft will probably influence the lap times. If I was out there, I'd prefer to be second, I believe, right here, just so I could get that draft, sniff it a little bit. On the straightaways, coming out of the corners a little bit. Maybe we'll see. Or
and
KS in the grass a little bit.
is mowing the grass a little bit, but there's still a few laps. It's not so much a race as it is trying to get that fast lap. But you let that guy get in front of you, too much, it's going to be really fun trying to catch his draft and take advantage of that aspect. So.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if he's close enough to sniff a draft right here, KS. Eddie's going to have a faster lap here for sure because he didn't start it in the grass, but they're both going to be on an even playing field through this next one. Both running a little bit up from the bottom. KS snuck low there. Used a little bit of the apron, a little bit of that white line, a little bit of grip on the paint, maybe. Eddie is real.
Eddie is just, another one of the million steady Eddies out there, and except he's proving it on the track right now. So, KS is not letting him get away though. It's not like Eddie's walking away at this point. So.
Yeah, he entered a little bit lower than I think he wanted to there, Eddie did, and then he slid up the track.
Oh, there we got KS spinning out on the main straight, or on the back stretch, I think.
No. Well, I don't know. Hopefully that second lap he set was Good enough. We'll have to see. Of course, he's going to get another shot. He's going to have one more shot at speed. KS will. Well, Eddie is looking like he's, steady Eddie, of course. He is running smooth all the way around this place.
I need to play a bunch of lab, but here we go.
All right, let's see what.
Think for the race, we're gonna go deafen on the Discord so that we don't influence drivers hearing us, talking about what's going on. So,
That's fair play.
but yeah, look at KS is running that apron down below and try to swing it out towards the fence a little bit and crawl down from the high side and try to hug that bottom line. Did a good job of that. He's got to head out towards the wall a little bit more on that back straightaway, but I think he'll handle it.
Meanwhile, Eddie is done with his qualifying session. It's all over for him.
Yep.
And there comes KS across the line. Finish it up. We'll find out the fastest lap when we get back to the lobby.
Yep.
So something I'm impressed with is the spectate mode in the game and the Discord screen share and how right on they're both absolutely in real time, and I think that is incredible.
Yeah, that is pretty good. I was here watching back and forth between when KS spun out and watching it back and forth. It's like, oh yeah, those are like right on time.
Yeah.
So let's see here. We got.
Man, we'll find out soon. Anticipation is rising.
Loading.
Who will get the pole?
So you want me to stop my recording and then start again in the race? Have it two separate ones?
Yeah, that's fine. We don't really need a recording for the qualifying. I have that on stream.
Eddie gets the pole.
Eddie gets the pole.
Well, here you are ahead of me. Yeah, Eddie gets a pole with a 31.615, and KSS has a 32.181 per second.
So we got all the numbers. Okay, we can go ahead and get out of this lobby.
Okay, going out.
This is a video. Stay right here on the screen creation screen, or the lobby creation screen, so that I can have the first lap as we load back into the new lobby.
I'll go there. 50%. 2x. This is normal. Players 84. AI cars are enabled. Flags are on. That's yellow. Stages are enabled. Yes. All right. As soon as you see the lobby, Eddie, you can jump in, and then I will jump out and jump back in.
And then Duke, don't join till after they go live on the track. That way you don't end up registering as a driver.
You got it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna back out.
I made that mistake my first time broadcasting for these races, and I was like, oh crap, I gotta back out.
Typically people go from driver to broadcaster, not broadcaster to driver.
Yeah.
So you guys have to wait till the timer's over, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep an eye on people jumping in, Eddie. I had to get one last time.
The classic randos.
Yep.
All right.
I hope the AI's not cheating in this one.
As soon as we go live with that, I'm gonna pop out of the main screen and go to that one.
Good luck, Eddie.
Good luck to you. Let's hope I can get my tires on this thing.
All right, folks, here we go. We're about to get it on for the premier race of season 4 in Rubbing's Racing League, sponsored by KV Motorsports. And if you'd like to join in on the fun in these races, click on the Discord link in the description. Also, don't forget to check out Duke's channel, also listed as a link in the description. He's got a lot of great content over there on Twitch. So.
A lot of it comes from here as well.
Yeah,
That's what makes it great.
we have his double broadcast of Wreckfest going on. I stream our Wreckfest and Rubbing his Wrecking League, and he streams it too. And we get a few viewers every so often. I'm seeing views on the streams after the fact, but I never see anybody actually commenting in the chat. So okay, so I gotta
Here
load
we go.
into
The green flag is out. All right, they're both still side by side going into turn 1. Critical here to get to the bottom of the racetrack. There he goes. So now Eddie is
tuck
leading KS
in.
second.
Yeah, KS is going to tuck in behind Eddie and follow him around the track.
So 17 laps in this first stage here. They won't need to pit for fuel. So right now it's just going to be a matter of holding on, hanging on, making sure you make it. And it looks like the AI...
Oh no!
Oh no, we have a spin
in
going into the corner. It looks like it might be...
bunch of cars involved in the caution zone.
Yeah, it looks like that's KS.
I hit the apron.
Causing that.
Hit the apron.
And oh yeah.
Just stayed off the apron. So I get to play with the AI for a little while. That's all right.
So this will be interesting.
Oh, not too much.
Eddie back to 4th now. Going to have to deal with Austin Wayne Self just ahead.
Be ready here.
When you hear the call, green flag is back out in this one.
All right, I've got them turned down. That way we're not influencing. All right. Oh, it looks like KS is coming up on the outside and get his former position back. He's weaving his way through the AI cars. Let's see here. Oops. And he's going to go down to the low side and... Oh, he's going way down to the low side. He wants to be a gardener. Oh, he fits himself right in between two vehicles.
Oh, now he's hugged.
And he comes back up the track, and that's going to be a big one, folks. Oh, shoot. I got to switch this.
They're still wrecking.
Yeah, they're back in formation. I missed that one, but oh man, that was a wild one.
Yeah, he went real low in the grass. He might have gotten hooked there, and then he came back up. When he came back up, he was on the inside of 3 wide, and then snuck between middle of 3 wide. Then he ended up outside of 3 wide.
Yeah, I don't know if he got turned by an AI, and maybe they got pissed off at him.
By, going into turn 1 there.
All right, here we go. Looks like.
So he is all the way in the back of the pack now. So that'll be a story to watch as Eddie drives away with the lead.
Yeah. And KS is going to bully his way up through the pack. And he's going to go down low, and he's going to stay down there. Looks like he's moving a little bit. Meanwhile, Eddie is pulling away.
Shot up the track from. Hey, Eddie keeps it. Everybody kept it going there. KS moving right up through the pack now. Keeping it right on the bottom, glued to that white line. little bit lower than the white line there. He's gonna use up
Yeah,
that
he
truck.
gets up into another vehicle there, but right, for now they're not really minding. I don't see them, really fighting back against this kind of action in the back of the pack. So, might be easier than we thought for KS to fight his way back through the pack.
Yeah.
He's gonna go down low on the apron, try to save a little bit of time, but he's got to be careful not to try to start his own landscaping service while he's down there.
Yeah, and don't look now, but all this time that KS is spending getting back through the pack, Eddie is using it to just completely drive away, and now
and KS is getting a little wobbly there, but he saves it, and he is picking them off one by one, by any means necessary, it looks like.
And the great infinger is spinning and flipping. On the front stretch, there's no yellow. All right, the AI crashed behind our drivers, and and the caution's out now.
The caution's out. Okay. I didn't get to see that. I didn't see that view. It must have been behind KS.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It was behind KS. It was the 8 truck.
Okay.
Went up into the wall and kind of hooked it, stopped dead in his tracks, and then 98 truck of Grand Infinger just plowed right through and started flipping and spinning and hitting other trucks on the front stretch.
Oh, I wish the cameraman had caught it from my view, but that's okay. So it looks like,
Yeah,
let's
so
see.
the outside 4 rows back.
Yeah, he's in 8th, moving up to 7th. So he's working his way through the pack.
Yeah, he's looking. The whole outside lane is cleared out for him. So if he's able to be effective up there and move by some people, then this is going to work out for him.
Yeah, and he's got to stay off the wall, though.
Oh.
Every time he comes down, somebody pops him back up to the wall. He's going to have to figure out how to keep it down there once he gets banged into as they pass by and push him down another few spots from where he started on the restart.
Yeah, he's stuck behind Gus Dean right now, and he's just pushing him. There we go. He's going to get to the bottom.
Now he's going to go around.
So now he's got a little bit of a gap to the cars ahead of him. We're going to check on Eddie. Yep, still pulling away. He's led every lap of this race, I believe. Meanwhile, this is the final lap of stage 1 that we've just entered. So this is the time, if you're going to pit, you're going to want to pit at the end of this stage here, because I believe that's when all the AI trucks will pit. And yeah, so it'll be fascinating, though, to think about how KS already is pitted in this stage, so there might be a little bit of a strategy opportunity there.
Yeah, he's got 18 laps of fuel as we speak, so he might be able to get through the next stage, but he's going to have to get tires.
He gets a point for finishing in 10th in stage 1.
Yes.
The winner is Eddie, who stayed out front for the whole time. No drama, no trouble for the 20 truck.
Yep. So Eddie wins the first stage. He'll get 10 points for that, and KS finishes 10th, and he gets 1 point for that stage, just for the record, since I am also the points master for Rubber Geeks Racing League. I can go back on the stream and figure it out.
All right, so we'll see if there were any strategies
So
played. It
KS
doesn't look like it.
is going to start in 7th.
Gained 3 spots after the pit stop, and Eddie remains your leader coming to the beginning of stage 2.
And here we go. Green flag for the second stage. And Eddie just walks away from the 99 like he's almost standing still. He says he's got it all going on. He's staying low in those corners and he's letting it float out high towards the middle of the track.
Yeah, but Watch out, because here comes KS back with a vengeance. He's up to 4th already. He's running the outside, really close to the wall. He might have touched it a little bit there. But he's back in the mix here, if nothing else. KS had to fight an uphill battle for so far through stage 1 of this race, but he's coming back.
Seems like the AI are behaving pretty well. I'm just checking on Stuart Friesen, and he's towards the back of the pack, and Spencer Boyd. They're all running pretty steady there. Making my way around the drivers here. Sheldon Creed, Ross Chastain.
Meanwhile, KS has made it back up to 3rd. He's making a move in turn 1 for 2nd place. He's on the inside of Ben Rhodes. And he's going to get it. So KS up to 2nd place now, and the only guy in front of him is your leader, Eddie, in the 20 truck.
Ben Rhodes, Austin. Oh, there he is. So KS has his work cut out for him here. He is got Eddie in sight. You can see him, about 3 or 4 seconds behind him. If we can get KS to press his B button twice. Maybe it's A button, I can't remember which button it is to get to the Delta.
Yeah, he's about a 3/4 of a straightaway behind it. 4 seconds is how far back.
4 seconds? Okay. Now we got that. Good. Excellent. Thank you.
They're both driving away from the AI cars.
Yeah, this should reduce a good amount of the drama where cautions are concerned.
Yeah.
Once once KSS is out in open space and doesn't have a whole lot of other cars around him, he does pretty well getting and scooting around the track. It's just those AI seem to give him trouble from time to time. So
it was a rough stage 1 for KS after that first little bobble. Put him back into the AI cars a little bit, and then he got caught up in a wreck and another one after that, and then he had to go all the way to the back. But here's something interesting. During qualifying, we saw Eddie set a lap that was 5/10 faster than KS, and so far in the race, we haven't seen, while they're both in clean air, Eddie driving away from KS in the same manner. So we'll have to see how that turns out if they both start on an even playing field. Maybe after the next caution, after the next stage, we'll see if they're able to get side by side, have some racing action up front.
Well, on my screen, it looks like you're starting to lose Eddie a little bit. At least KSS is starting to lose Eddie a little bit. It looks like he's pulling away even more. I don't know what the delta is at this point. The gap between Eddie and KSS, but it seems to be increasing. So this will be something to keep an eye on. The only thing Eddie can do right now is hope that there's not a caution for some strange reason. We've seen this happen before, where the AI will start to get a little angsty in the back of the field and cause a caution that nobody expects. So
yeah, however, the field just going through it now is pretty spread out, so I wouldn't expect a caution in the next 6 laps of this stage. I
expected cars to start spreading out as we get more green flag laps under all the drivers. Everybody gets settled down and figures out where they're at and what their plan of attack is going to be.
Yeah, there's 5 laps to go in this stage now. Well, Eddie is starting to get a little bit of lap traffic here. Yeah, he's caught the tail end of this field. So this is where this race gets interesting now. He's going to have to navigate these guys for for about 5 more laps in this stage, and then of course if the next stage goes green all the way, boy, it's going to be something interesting to watch these guys have to navigate, maybe multiple times during that stage. There's 4 to go in this one.
Well, as we go along, Eddie keeps increasing his lead on KSS by, a tenth of a second. He kind of bobbles there a little bit, but he's got a 6.3 second lead on KSS, and now KSS is starting to come into lap traffic. This could prove to be a little interesting too. So,
yeah. So Eddie,
my experience racing with Eddie last season, he's pretty good at picking off lap traffic.
Yeah, I think something else that's happening that I'm noticing is that Eddie is using these lap cars to his advantage a little bit down the straightaways, getting behind him, gaining a little bit of draft. Oh, and KS has not caught one in a good place there. He's gone. He's had to go 3 wide to the bottom all the way down the backstretch. Oh, it was only 2 wide, but he had to. I think that was Tyler Hill there in the 54 all the way in the back, and he had a lot of trouble there. So Eddie has extended his lead even more now that he's gotten into the lap traffic.
Yeah, I think Eddie is using those lap cars as little slingshots, and come up on them, catch your draft, sling out around them, move on to the next car.
Same deal, yeah. So we'll see, because KS is now in this lap traffic pretty well, but he's not going to have enough time, I don't think, to get first in this stage. Only 1 lap to go as he crosses the line here. Eddie is already on the backstretch working on some lap cars.
Yeah, at this point. Oh, do we have a caution? No, we don't have a caution. It just looked like some of the AI cars, gave up there for a second. So I think KSS probably just chilling, knowing he's got second place secured for this stage. He'll have another shot at Eddie here. Eddie will have another shot, or he'll have another shot at Eddie come into the final stage. So, yes, Eddie takes the first stage, gets to 10 points. KSS a solid second, 9 points. Third place is still racing, so it'll fill in here in just a little bit. There we go. Ben Rhodes in third. Christian X fourth. Take it until the 5th. All right. Well, let's take a quick peek at I was gonna try to get a quick peek at the pit strategy that KS is going to employ, but
he had to fix damage.
Went away
there.
before I got a chance.
He had to fix damage, so he's a little bit farther back in the 3rd row.
He's starting in 6th.
Yeah, he's going to get a good slingshot here on the restart, though. Really good start from KS in the 4. Yeah. So something else interesting about this final stage is that it's going to be a 41 lap run to the finish here. If there's no cautions, there will have to be pitting in this stage, but it looks a little bit like there might be a caution.
Yeah, it depends on where those cautions come too, because if they come early, his pit strategy is not going to come in too much play. But 10, 15 laps in, they're going to be looking forward to a caution. So.
Yeah, and if the caution falls at the right time, maybe say you have 27, 26 laps left in this thing, you go 25 laps on fuel maybe. You might want to consider backing off, saving a little bit to try to get to the end. But meanwhile, KS has moved back up into 2nd place. We've got
There's also the possibility of, when you pit, do you pit a lap earlier than Eddie, and when you can get enough fuel to make it to the end, or do you wait until after Eddie is pitted? I would think KSS would want to pit a lap earlier, maybe with 2, maybe 3 laps of fuel left, try to get a jump on Eddie and get out there ahead of him.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely short pitting is going to be an option here. The tires will be worn by the time they get to where it's going to be good to make a pit stop. Do you do a strategy call here? I don't know. Maybe a 2-tire. I guess I haven't been paying attention. You wouldn't think at Chicagoland, it's such a tire eater of a track, but you never know. Anything to win one of these things. So we'll have to see once we get there in about 20 laps for the first.
I'm watching the telemetry on KS's truck, and he in the corners he is shredding that right front tire. I'm watching it 85, 84, 83, 82, 81, 80. He's losing a whole bunch of tire going in there. I don't know if it's just that his line is causing that. It'd be interesting to see what the telemetry it was on Eddie's truck, but this track is just eating up KS's tires pretty quick. I think the short pit strategy is going to be the way to go for him.
Yeah, I agree with that. The other thing about the short pit strategy, you have to look at the laps left. There's 33 to go right now, 19 laps, 20 laps left in fuel maybe. And you're sitting there, you're looking at a, maybe 13 lap run at the end. The short pit maybe extended to 15. That's 10 laps away from being a full fuel run. And, those left side tires, you have to think about if you don't change those left sides, you gain a lot of time. Is it going to be enough to maybe take home a win with some tire strategy? So we'll have to see if either of them make that choice, because it could be the change of the guard here in this race. But for now, Eddie still led every lap.
Yeah, I would think that in the middle of the stage, 4 tires is probably mandatory. It would only take maybe right or left side tires if it was a green-white checkered situation at the end of the stage, or maybe even 5 to 6 laps where you want to you're right on his tail and you're both pitting at the same time. You want to get out of the pits faster than the next guy. But if they're not pitting at the same time, I think 4 tires is probably going to be mandatory. So.
Yeah. Something else to keep in mind is that Eddie is about 3/4 of a straightaway away from catching the back end of this field, and it's going to be big here. You're going to have to go through the whole field of trucks to try to gain time, or if you lose some time as well, it might happen that way for the leader, who's led every single lap in this race quite impressively. And we'll have to see if KS maybe can take advantage this time of the lap traffic, unlike last time when there wasn't quite a lot of time to get through.
Yeah, and there's also the chance that the AI cars cross Eddie up a little bit, do something weird to cause him to have to slam on the brakes in the corner, or cross draft or something. So not all hope is lost here. So anything could happen. You could have a caution where it becomes another drag race off the line. So
yeah, well, here he's there. He's caught him. He's passing the 26 of Tyler Ankrum now on the apron of the front stretch, and that's pretty much the best place to be to catch the lap traffic on the front stretch and the apron. But now he's getting held up a little bit by Todd Gilliland.
Yeah, and he's unwilling to really, come off of his line, so he's gonna try to bug that guy to get out of his way, which is probably a good strategy. You don't want to be varying from your line too much, especially with someone like KSS who can catch up in a heartbeat with very little lap traffic in front of him. So, it looks like. Oh no, I went the wrong way. I gotta come back around to KSS. I was just about to say I looked at the wrong thing, and I thought KSS had already pitted early, but I was mistaken about that. So let's see.
He's coming up.
What the delta is in between Eddie and KSS.
Yeah. So.
How many laps
Eddie
did he
had a
do?
little bit of trouble with a couple of groups that were side by side. He couldn't get through. He had to slow up behind him a little bit. We'll see if the same happens to KS as he's now entered. Here he's about to pass Todd Gilliland. That was one of them. And he's going to get by easily. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit of an advantage for KS there.
Although, every vehicle that he hits, as he, goes by them is another, tenth off of his time. So, if he can try to get by these vehicles a little bit cleaner, keep his truck a little bit straighter, he could very well make up that time. Although,
Yeah.
sometimes the AI just, come down and attack you for no reason. So a lot of times it's unavoidable. Ooh, he
Yeah, it looks
almost, KS almost went into the wall there. Oh no, now he's into the
Into the
wall.
wall.
There, he was looking for a caution, but I don't think he was looking to be the cause of the caution.
No.
So this is going to be very interesting.
Yep, it's right on the
He's
number.
Looked like he didn't have too much damage from that. I don't think he's going to fix it, but
We really showed he had engine damage. That's
no, I did not see the part of the
I
engine
saw the
damage.
engine damage. Looks like he
That's going to be, yeah, you might want to go back and Ooh,
so
get it in
he's gonna have to sacrifice some time in the pits there, but he's gonna be on an even playing field. Luckily,
It's only
uh,
16th. It's not too bad.
yeah, luckily there was oh, we've had a retirement from the race. It's Tyler Hill trapped in the pits for good in this one.
Oh, and Eddie just walks away from the second place car even faster than the last time. He must have got those special sticky tires out of the back of the truck on that pit.
Yeah, it looks like KS this whole race he has been fighting through the pack, trying to get up there, trying to make something happen, but he hasn't had a restart since the beginning of the race, where he was right even with that 20 truck. So he's always had to start from farther behind, puts him in a hole early in these runs, and then he's never able to gain.
And these AI are not laying down, as easily as they have in past races. I've been in a few races where, I would start in a similar position as KS did on this restart, and I was in second place behind Eddie before we even got through turn 2. I think that happened a lot at Homestead, Miami. So,
Yeah.
He's about to pass Ben Rhodes for second place. So now he's got Clean Air in front of him. Now the only one he has to chase down is Eddie. And we'll see how this goes. He's got 22 laps of fuel left.
It'll be 18 laps to go coming to the line this time, so I think that they're
So
both
they
going to
got
be good
enough
on fuel.
I think at this
tell you what.
point you have to kind of consider, do you stay out and run your tires down to the rim and just try to manage the ice skating action you'll get from that? Or do you pop in with, say, 6 or 7 laps to go and grab, at least right side tires to, help mitigate some of that worn down tire situation?
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating thing because, if you're sitting there and you're in second place, you're not gaining any time, but you're in the hunt still. Maybe if you get towards the end of this thing, anticipating there might be a caution, might be a wreck, pop into the pit lane, see what happens. You might have to go a lap down though if you're in the pit lane, but you'll get the free pass, and then. So I guess that the main thing maybe would be to wait until the leader has lapped every single truck, head to the pits, hope for the best, with the strategy. Don't pit at the caution, stay out, and that'll be.
We've seen that, starting from the middle of the pack, it takes KS about a lap and a half to get back up into second place. So, and all sorts of things could happen, in there. You could, spin it off of a corner, getting tangled up with another, driver. Too many variables to try to consider if you do, pop into the pits for, really quick and risk going a lap down. So, of course, you don't want to go a lap down against Eddie at this point.
No.
If you're not on the lead lap with Eddie, you might as well just shoot for second.
He's absolutely dominated this race so far. Nobody else has led a lap at that 20 truck. Looking good so far. Of course, they are going to catch those lappers again, and this time it seems like the two of them are a little bit closer than they've been in the past. Of course, it's still about a 3/4 of the corner away from each other, but one or two lap cars, caught at the wrong spot for Eddie, could bring them right close together. So we'll just have to see what happens through the lappers. Oh, and the caution!
We have a caution.
That changes everything.
Yeah. See, this is
KS going to be able to start right next to him.
Is he good? Oh, he's staying out.
Is he going to stay out?
He is staying out, I do believe. Which,
well,
they're both
you
staying
have to,
out.
because if you don't, you're going to be stuck behind all those trucks. None of them are a lap down right now, so yeah, you have to
so
stay
they're
out there.
both similar tire wear. Of course, Eddie might have been able to save more tire than KS. KS having to battle the AI. So looks like Eddie gets a really good hole shot off the line, and he is just absolutely gone. KS, trying to make a little bit of a showing of it there.
He's dropping low here. Oh, but he tapped the apron.
Yeah, he's got to keep it as steady as Eddie going through these turns, or Eddie's just going to walk away from him and say bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know. KS is closer than he's been. He's just barely in draft range. He got a little bit loose off the corner.
Yeah, he shot up there a little bit, like he was afraid to get down on that apron, which, I don't blame him. He's got that apron a couple times, and it's really screwed him over. So, just got to know how to ride right on top of that apron without absolutely touching it. And that is probably one of the hardest things to do, especially considering the view that he's using. So, KSS just got passed up by Ben Rhodes.
Wow.
And it's a battle. KSS is going to get his spot back, but Ben Rhodes is trying to make a showing over here.
Yeah,
and
Ben
now
Rhodes.
KS is probably a little pissed off that an AI car decided to, try to show him up here. So he's battling back there. He's just, oh no, KS is into the wall. And he's back into the wall. He just could not get corrected after he hit that wall, and he just got beat up hard.
No caution for that.
No caution.
No caution, and this thing is over. Well,
I think KSS is going to have a few words for race control on that one, because, considering how many times that he got pummeled coming off that wall, that should have definitely drawn a caution, but
yeah, we just got word from the producer that what he said on the radio can't be played on air. So this is a tough situation for KS for sure here, closing this race out. He's got a pretty damaged bumper there, and his radiator is hurting as well. So he's just trying to
use a wall pop, try to get himself down that track, but he's catching the AI. Looks like he might just be out for vengeance, try to spin a couple of maybe cause a real caution and get a chance to fix his truck. Oh, there's a caution.
The caution is out now. I didn't see. I mean, nothing happened with KS.
I did not see anything.
Eddie is okay.
Yeah, I was watching KS and nothing is going on there. I don't know what happened, but
yeah. So race control must have heard KS tell him off on the radio. saw him out his window, calling him number one. We'll see here though, because KS has to pit. He's got too much damage to stay out. No reason to not pit. And Eddie has stayed out front, so we'll see KS with brand new Goodyear tires at the end of this run. We'll see if he's able to gain all the positions necessary. The green flag is out.
And let's see here. KS is grabbing that low line, but he's having a hard time
Oh, they're wrecking
controlling
behind
it. Oh,
They're wrecking behind him. Oh, they
And
saved
no
it.
caution. Okay.
No caution yet, and now KS
Keep it together, KSS. All you gotta do is hang on long enough to at least grab second and have a chance at this.
Oh,
Yeah,
man. Still got the fresh tires, too. He is moving through this field.
Oh, yeah, he's picking them off. He's picking them up and setting them down.
Oh, this is it, the final. Is he going to have enough? He's really...
Oh, he's weaving in and out of traffic and just pushing everybody out of his way. He's now in third place.
It's not going to be enough, man. If he had another lap, it would have been interesting. He goes into the corner. Ben Rhodes taking out his anger.
Oh, no, it's going to be a drag race to the finish for second place. Oh, and Ben Rhodes gets spun. And KS is on. Oh, man, can he hold on? Did he hold on? Yeah, he held on for a second.
Ben Rhodes knocked out of the top 10.
Oh,
my
yeah.
goodness.
As you can see, the rest of the field, Clay Greenfield, Christian X, Grant Enfinger, Angela Rouge, Jennifer Jo Cobb in 7th. Interesting. Jason White, Joe Nemechek, and Austin Wayne Self round out the top 10.
A lot of good finishes for a lot of small teams in the top 10.
Yeah. Well, that was definitely a very interesting race. We had, the interesting issues with KSS, but we also watched Eddie just walk away from the field, and he had it all going on today. So
yeah, absolutely. It was a race of just who could manage this race the cleanest, and Eddie just never had any drama in that race. Even going through all those lap cars he had to go through, never faltered once. So he takes home the win, well deserved, and he led every single lap of it. And KS just always had to fight back. At the end there, he had a shot. Maybe with a few more laps, he would have had something put together with those fresh tires, but just not enough for KS today. Ends up second.
We're going to go to the podium and bring in the first and second place finishers. We'll go to KSS first. KSS, tell us, how was it out there? You look like you're dealing with some AI there for much of the race. Tell us how that was going for you.
I think running with the AI was actually kind of fun. It was actually kind of fun to knock them down one at a time, one after another. That last lap, if I had a couple more laps, I might have been able to catch Eddie since he was on older tires. But we'll never know. But you know what? This driver right here is happy with second place any day of the week.
Yeah, that was definitely an exciting finish coming down to the finish line. You were battling with Ben Rhodes there, and right before the finish line, he ends up spinning out, and then you kind of lost control there a bit, and I was kind of wondering if you were going to be able to get across the finish line before you lost total control, but you pulled it off, so that good job on you for that.
Yeah, I took care of business in my own hand, put business in my own hands, and took care of that Ben Rhodes that was trying to pass me.
Yeah, we saw that. That was interesting.
That's going to be a rivalry to watch this season, KS versus Ben Rhodes.
Yeah, no kidding. But congratulations to Eddie. He did a fantastic job. He was out there just running them down.
Yeah, Eddie.
No, Eddie
Eddie, you were running just, like you were on fire. Every restart, you were just pulling away from the pack like they were standing still, and you dealing with the lap traffic. How was it for you out there?
Oh, it was wonderful. I didn't expect that. I figured my tires would wear out and I'd be hitting twice to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you keep your calm for the whole race? I mean, there was a bunch of drama going on behind you for the whole thing, but you stayed clean. How'd you manage that?
I don't know. I'm a calm person to start with, so I just went with it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Hey, well, great
definitely
win, man. Great win.
an advantage to being a race car driver, whether online or in real life. The calmer you can be and the calmer you can deal with adversity, the more you're gonna be successful and being able to deal with pretty much anything. So congratulations to you on the first race of season 4 in Rubbing Racing League. That was definitely a fun race to watch. So. I'll be looking forward to doing this again next week, where we will be heading to, drum roll please. Oh, wrong channel.
I was trying to do a drum roll, my mic wouldn't pick it up. I apologize for how disappointing that must be.
Oh, we will be at Pocono in the Xfinity cars. So that will
Tricky
be an
trying.
interesting race. A tricky
Ricky
triangle,
trying.
most definitely.
Yeah, I
Ricky,
want to thank you all for putting it on. It sounds like you all doing a good job there announcing it and stuff.
yeah, you guys did
Oh,
do a great job. I really enjoyed that tonight. Actually, it's such a refreshing thing to have. You know, and I
yes.
appreciate you guys doing it, and I hope you guys will do it some more. You know,
Yeah, we just putting some new wrinkles in an old game here, so trying to keep it fresh. So yeah,
it
yeah,
was really cool, guys. I really appreciate it. So
yeah.
that totally made a difference. It was cool. Thank you
All
for all
right.
the history. Thank you for all the hints during the race. Really like that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move down to the pits, right before the race starts next week, so we don't be tipping people off. Yeah,
You guys did fine.
cool. All right, well, we're gonna wrap it up for this week. Uh, for this episode of Rubbing Racing League. We will see you next week, or we will be at Pocono with the Xfinity cars. We'll go even faster for y'all. So you'll enjoy your week, and we will